Anyway, yeah, we go back to the airport. And by the way, the Korean airport, I've had some bad airport experiences. The worst by a mile was trying to get out of Melbourne, Australia. Not close, that was the worst experience. But this was the second worst, and the one where I was maybe the angriest at people, I guess. Basically, I was a victim of racism. And as, like, a white motherfucker, I didn't think that that's, like, a thing that happened. I was walking through the this airport in Korea, and understandably, a few people asked to see my passport, right? Normally you go up to the security check-in line, and somebody looks at your passport and your boarding pass, and then you go up to security, right? And you put your shit in the scanner, and it goes through. Well, before I even got to the line to get in... Before I got into the line that goes to the lady that checks your passport and boarding pass, 10 Koreans pass by me, and this one Korean lady, like, stops me, like, I don't even know if she worked there. She's like, oh, I need to see your passport and boarding pass, please. I'm like, all these people just walked by to go to the lady that checks that stuff. She's like, oh, I need to check it for security reasons. So I show it to her. She looks at it, really examines it, flips the pages. She's like, okay, thank you. And I keep going. And at this point, 15 people have passed me and are in front of me. They didn't get checked for some reason. So I get up there, I wait in line, I hand my passport, boarding pass to the next lady that checks, literally 10 feet away. She's like, okay, thank you. I go to the security line. I put my shit on a little conveyor belt thing that's going through. The guy that's, like, pushing these trays through looks at me. He's like, passport, boarding pass, please. I'm like, I just showed it to her 5 feet behind you. You saw that, right? And you're not asking anyone else. But I'm like, whatever, it's in my laptop bag. I pull it out, I show it to him. He's like, okay, thank you. And it goes back in the bag. And I walk through the metal detector, nothing beeps. The other side of it, the guy on the other side of the metal detector says, I need to see your boarding pass and passport. And I show it to him, and at this point I'm, like, very irritated, right? Like, I'm annoyed. Anyway, we go to the gate. I get a coffee, because there's, like, a Dunkin' Donuts next to there, and a donut, and... Because whatever, I'm a fat ass, So I have my hands full of all this shit, because it's time to board the plane. I have my coffee, my donut, I got, like, 2 bags that I'm carrying with fucking pinkies. I head up there, I hand them my passport and boarding pass, they take it. As they should, right before you board the plane. Every country does that. They hand it back, they say thank you. I walk forward a little bit. It's a big fucking plane, right? So it's the thing where, basically you go on that, like, I don't know what you call it, that hallway that's like a big tube that's suspended midair, Anyway, you go through that and you end up on this, like, big platform, and there's, like, a fork that lets you board either half of the plane. And somebody just in the middle of that, as a bunch of fucking Koreans are passing me in left and right, says, can I see your boarding pass and passport? And I hand it to him. I'm like, why are you asking me for that? He's like, for security reasons. Like, why don't you ask these people for security reasons? And he doesn't understand me, so he just hands it back, says, okay, go this way. And I go, and again, I pick all my shit up. It's really inconvenient, because again, I have, like, coffee, donut, I'm carrying 2 heavy bags with my fucking pinkies. And, pinky fucking hurts at this point, man. I stuffed that laptop bag full of everything. This fucking thing was in there, all my batteries and shit, laptop, it's a lot of stuff. Anyway, I get up to the plane, little fucking door, right? Everyone's boarding, trying to get to their seat quick so they can just sit. Everyone's walking through in front of me in a line, no problems. I walk up, start stepping into the plane. 2 Korean girls, like, literally, as soon as they see me, right in front of me, cut me off, tell me to stop, says we need to see your passport and boarding pass. And, like, 20 people in front of me just walk through. How the fuck would I even get to that part of the plane? How would I get to the entrance of the plane without, like, 4 people checking before you? And there were, like, 10 people that checked before them. So I'm just, like, pissed, because I have a cup. I'm like, hold this cup. And she smiles. She's like, okay. She holds the cup. I just throw my bags against the fucking wall, like, really loudly, because I'm pissed at this point. I don't give a fuck. This is prejudice. I'm not gonna stand for it. I don't really do anything. I was just angry. All I do is I pull out the little, like, stub of a boarding pass that they give me after they ripped it off, And And I show it to them, and they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I didn't... Anyway, whatever. I put it back in my bag. I get on the plane. I set my coffee in my fucking seat. Super friendly Korean guy, really social. Him and his wife next to me. I have an aisle seat. I set my coffee down. I start putting my bags up. Super nice Korean guy stands up, hustles past because he's got to get something out of his bag. He tips over my coffee. My coffee's pours all over my seat. Before the flight's even taken off. Before the fucking... On the way back, it's an 11-hour flight. So, whatever. Point is, I get some blankets, I put them down on the seat. It doesn't soak through or anything, so the rest of the flight's fine. But holy shit, man. Like... Oh, I didn't even mention this. They did on the other side of security, when they asked for my passport boarding pass, they did a random security check, too. Where she swabbed down every piece of fucking thing that I put through that conveyor belt, put it through the little chemical tester. Because obviously I'm importing cocaine. I just go hard like that. Here for a fucking video game tournament in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're doing that shit to me. I'm pissed. I was really pissed, man. I was ready to, like, say spiteful, rude things, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like, why would it be so hard for me to get out of Korea? They represent, like, half the fucking dick size in the country at the time. I don't know. I was mad. I was so mad. And don't get me wrong, Koreans were nothing but friendly, fucking awesome people. I loved all of them that I met. Great people. At the airport on the way out, it was super racist. There's no other excuse for it. Strife Girl wasn't stopped. I wonder why, like, fuck, man. Emperistic says, sounds like Hearthstone RNG follows you everywhere. That's not bad luck, man. That's just prejudice is what that is, straight up.
Yes, I felt it too, he said. It's weird if you look at me while I'm doing this.